Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome here at TwitchCon. We're here at the TwitchPrime booth. My name is Raiden, and I'm joined with some very special friends. We're going to get to them in a moment, but first there's a couple things I actually want to make sure you all know about Smite, the game that we are here showcasing. The new PVE mode with Xingqian's Mountain is not only what we're doing at hi-rez Studios, we're very committed to competitive esports as well. We're going to talk about our newest game, Paladins, and how the competitive scene is showcasing for that. But I have a couple dates I want to throw out to those who are interested of the upcoming big competitive esport events we have going on for Smite. Coming up on the next 4 weeks, we're actually having LANs for our Smite game pros. So they're going to be coming and flying into the Atlanta studios in hi-rez. They're going to be playing against each other. It's going to be live. It is going to be crazy. If you're in Atlanta, in Alpharetta, please try to stop by, and we may be able to get you in. It's a very VIP seating experience. But after that, on November 11th to 13th, we actually have the Xbox Invitationals. We have the finals for that. And the Super Regionals will be taking place on November 16th to 20th of this year. So make sure you stay tuned to that. We've got a lot of great Smite esports action coming up, and that's been a very established, successful thing. But turning away from that, turning to the new game, the game we're at here, Paladins, just launched into open beta with over 2 million people downloaded and having played the game so far. We're really excited about it, and nobody better to share this moment with than one of our competitive teams, Ardent Esports. How you guys doing?
Doing great.
Doing good.
Good. So let me know who you guys are.
I'm Pete, or Pete the Noob. I manage these guys, and they manage me back, really.
Really?
Yeah, they run me around a lot. But no, and I'm happy to be here.
Great.
Yeah.
I drop bodies.
Great.
On the Iron team.
Beautiful.
I'm Pryler, also just
On the
David,
team.
I guess. I'm Pryler.
Where are you guys from, by the way, since you just got to say you're on the team? That wasn't very special.
Yeah, so I'm from Portland, Oregon.
Great.
I'm Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Florida, okay,
Awesome.
okay. And we've got another member here. He's not on camera now. He's going to be playing some games for us. He's actually going to try and queue up for a game, but we're going to cut to him in just a bit. But right now, we've got the Paladin esports scene happening. You guys were, unfortunately, not able to take part in one of our biggest tournaments going on in the last little bit. You were able to kind of be here at TwitchCon, but you weren't able to play because the internet
We
wasn't.
actually did get to play.
Oh, you did get to play?
We did get to play.
Oh, okay, okay. See,
I
that's...
got knocked out right away.
You got knocked out right away, so you might as well. you missed the booth, but you had a chance. Okay, so that's good. So overall, Paladins is really shaped up to be a very competitive esports scene. One of the biggest things I always am attracted to is to why do you all play the game? Why do you play? Why did you choose Paladins esports since it's also so early, but also just so new?
Well, I originally got turned on to it at TwitchCon last year. And
Right.
before that, I was playing another variety of games with Ardent, with Vainglory, actually. And I just started playing it. It felt fun. It does not get old. I've seen it change 4 different times, like complete gameplay change. And it was a very small community, and I liked it a lot. The other content creators were great, you know, Kami, all these guys here. We all work together so well, and it's just a great, fun, small community.
And you were one of the first streamers, right?
One of the
game.
first. Myself, Bacon50, Prylor, Kami, I hold shift.
Right.
You know, like I know I'm missing some people, and I'm sorry, but yeah, it was interesting because we all were friends.
Right.
We would run into the same players all the time.
Right.
And to see it grow the way it has is just great to be a part of.
So the community aspect for you is really the
100%.
big, that hit the nail on the head.
100%,
What about
yeah.
you, I Drop Bodies, and what is your actual real name?
All right, so my actual real name is Eno Aragon.
Say that again?
Eno Aragon.
Eno. There it is. I like that.
Alright.
So, Eno, why did you join in Paladins Esports?
Well, pretty much the same reason as Pete Noob. I started from TwitchCon, got the beta code, and jumped right on with Bacon. I've been playing for quite a bit, but I took a 4 months break.
Yeah.
But I really love the game. I mean, the mechanics of it is completely different. I come from CSGO.
Oh, okay.
And I really love Cassie and Drox. It just feels amazing.
What was it about the difference between CSGO and this that kind of attracted to you? It's just the
just
style,
the
the
movement,
pacing?
and then just
Okay.
you jumping around. You know, it's just different from CS:GO where you're
Right.
playing a little bit more camping, patience.
Right.
While this other's more fast-paced.
Yeah, exactly. This game, you're kind of just running into battle as a dragon, just trying to punch people. Right? It's a little less patience in that regard, some
Exactly.
moments, but a lot more frenetic action. And Pryler, let's get your thoughts. Why did you choose Paladins Esports?
Well, originally I was streaming Smite, and
Okay, me too.
yeah, so like I like the high-res like community, you know. So like what happened was the servers went down, and one of my viewers was like, "Hey, I got a game code for Paladins." I'm like, it's actually out. I apparently dropped the ball and didn't realize that it was open.
Right.
So he gave me a key. I got in, and I just was like, why aren't there more people playing this? This is an amazing game. So like I love most everything about it, man.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
See, I think part of what I'm getting from all of you is that it hit something that wasn't hit before, right? In the kind of gaming nature inside of you.
It's like I play it seriously,
Right.
but it's got like a cool vibe to it. You know,
Right.
it's not like the dull graphics that a lot of people push.
Right.
Like it takes a step back. I like it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And as we actually have a chance, we've got Bacon. He's here. He's part of your team. He actually, you and him are friends since what, 6th grade, correct?
Yeah, this is 6th grade.
So he's playing some Paladins right now. One of our champions, Buck, one of my favorite champions. Let's take a look at some of his gameplay, and we can still keep talking as we kind of transition into what Bacon is doing. So he's playing Buck. He's playing one of our favorite champions. We were talking about this, the guy who never misses leg day, and there he is just jumping in, slowing people, knocking with a shotgun, and healing himself back up, getting into battle. And this is one of the unique things. Have you guys ever played a champion kind of like Buck in recent games? Is this kind of mechanics you see a lot?
It's new and it's interesting. It's a lot of fun to play.
Right.
I'm not that very good at it, but he is really fun though.
You mean you're managing a Paladins team and you're not very good at Paladins?
I mean, there's a reason I'm behind the scenes and put these guys out front.
That's usually how it works, right?
Yeah.
I can't play.
Pete the
So
noob.
let me.
He is Pete the noob. I mean,
He's
there's
Pete the
a-
noob
Yeah, exactly.
for a reason.
Yes.
Okay, I got it. I Drop Bodies though. One of your favorite champions, Androxus, right?
Yeah, Androxus.
And what do you love about him? Because you and me, we went back and forth. I had some EV matches, and I got you a couple
I was
times.
focusing you because you were doing the most damage to my team. I gotta kill this guy.
You hear that? I was doing the most damage on the team. That's right.
Yeah.
You know, I always consider I could have played pro in Paladins. I always think that. I know I'm probably lying to myself, but I always consider that if you gave it enough energy and time. But really, I mean, you guys are so good at what you do, and it takes so much team, patience, and practice. So much more than can you shoot well, right? Can you talk to me a little bit about the behind the scenes of what it's like being a professional organization going for some of these big prizes of $150,000 coming up in the next few months?
It's stressful, and it takes a lot more time than I expected, let me tell you. Our co-manager, Monster Mel, she's our glue. She records videos. 90% of our scrims are recorded, so they can go back and review the film. It's at least 6 hours a day for these guys. We give them all a day off, and
Well, that's good.
it is
Just one, though.
that's all they wanted, though. And some of them we actually have
love
to
what you
force
do.
that way. We have to force these guys to take a break sometimes, because they'll be like, "Oh, it's your day off. Why are you here?" Like, you know. And but it's great. The passion that these guys have, the amount of time that they put in on it is amazing.
How many people do you actually have on the roster?
Right now we have 6.
6. So you're coordinating. Do they do Paladins full time?
No.
So you're coordinating 6 real people's schedules
Yes.
to be able to scrim and play Paladins 6 days a week.
Yeah, I'm sorry, 7.
7 people's schedules.
Yes.
That sounds more than I could do. I have trouble just coordinating my day and telling people what I'm doing in the evening.
You met Mel yesterday.
I did meet Mel.
She somehow she's a spreadsheet queen.
Right.
She's got that stuff on lockdown. It's amazing.
That is not my forte.
Not
I
mine
will
either.
say that. I don't know if that's your guys' forte as well, but you guys play obviously and you're professionals. What's it like just, having the opportunity to call yourselves a professional competitive video game player? I mean, that's seemingly like a dream for a lot of children, a lot of teens out there in the world.
Yeah, it's totally something I never thought I could have a shot in. And when I actually started to take it seriously, and then Pete the Noob, kind of reached out to me. It's like, I'm putting together a team or whatever, and I was like, really? Oh my God, this is something I wanted, but it's actually happening. It was actually very cool.
Surreal.
Yeah, exactly, surreal. Thank you. Yeah, but it was very cool. I liked it a lot. So.
And so the other interesting thing is you all aren't even in the same time zone, correct? I mean,
That's difficult.
that's a problem. I mean, I can imagine. I was from LA. I live here. I'm used to San Diego, but I just went to Atlanta, and just coordinating with a girlfriend or coordinating with family when you're going to call them, it's hard. So I can imagine competitively setting up scrims with other teams and just your team. It can be difficult. How do you guys handle those tasks? I mean, those challenges.
We got one guy, one of our other members who's not here today.
Right.
Severok. He handles our scheduling, and he's our affiliate player as well right now. He spends, I would say, he's in chat right now. Actually, he could tell us.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, he is. He
see some pros in chat there.
Right,
Smidgen,
yeah.
Dave, and he's not a pro. He actually runs a lot of our tournaments as well. Shout out to the Paladins community today. We had a big upset also with Eager taking a game, actually a set, the first set off of the #1 team match point. They actually have not lost a set, it seems like, ever. And it was ever in this entire champion circuit or challenger circuit until today, and they were upset. And so they actually go into the upcoming champion circuit as the #2 seed after having been undefeated for what felt like years. Moving on into that, I kind of want to ask your perspectives, because you will be playing, but you'll be playing in a bit of a different league. The way we've set up the Paladins esports scene is we actually have a champion circuit and we have a challenger circuit. And to get into the champion circuit, there was a bit of people who had to be aware of the game beforehand. You had to know, you had to already have your team established. It was not an open beta, so it was admittedly much more challenging to have established your team and have done that yet. Now the challenger circuit is open to anyone, and the first actual team to qualify in that circuit still going to get a chance to go to Hi-Rez Expo, and we know you all will be playing in that. And is that your goal, to get to the big stage?
That was the idea from the beginning. Yep.
And being in the challenger circuit, does that throw you? Does that make you think, are you salty about that? Is it just something, it's just a part of what we have to do? What's your mentality going into it?
Not at all. It's always a learning experience. You take any experience, even if you're getting slammed in the gameplay and just annihilated. And when people are taunting you and BMing, you just take a step back.
Bacon could do that, by the way, if he presses B. He could press B for BM. Oh, there it is. There it is. After you kill somebody,
happens,
that's the last thing
but
you want to see.
You take it all as a learning experience, man.
And that's great. I really love that mentality. I have the same type of thought process. It's all a learning mentality. Is that kind of how you looked at it, Eno?
Yeah, I mean, I really love climbing up. Starting from the bottom, climbing up. A lot of games always start from the bottom. And I grind out until I'm top tier.
Right.
And I love doing that.
And yeah, go ahead. Keep continuing.
Even with the team, seeing us progress and becoming better, I mean, I love that. Enjoying that.
No, keep going, because you just got my head, because we talked about your Androxus. You're one of the best Androxus in the world.
I won't say that quite.
On the leaderboard.
Yeah, I mean, I was on the leaderboard, but I mean, I kind of fell down quite a bit.
Oh,
I
you
mean,
fell down.
Other players,
it's hard to play when you're here.
It's humbling, though, when you see more players, and it puts you in a position where you know, I got to grind harder than everyone else, put the time, learn, critique yourself. It's really important.
That's a very good mentality. I'm sure a lot of players who are wanting to play pro, but have a lot of skills, there's still a lot of other aspects to playing professionally that you need that are beyond being able to shoot well. It's the ability to take feedback, right, from a manager, from someone who's watching you and saying, you didn't do that well, How does that fit? Are you all very open? Do you feel like you, Bacon, and Pryler, P, you guys have a very strong relationship in terms of being able to communicate when things aren't going well and tell somebody, hey, you need to step it up?
Actually, that's one of the things that we have improved a lot, is the fact I can go up to Bacon and say, you really messed up this time. I mean, it doesn't happen. It usually is bodies, but sometimes
it's usually body. Oh, shots fired. Shots fired.
But yeah, it's very cool to be able to be that open, and that's one of the reasons why we came all to TwitchCon, is just to grow our camaraderie, our I can't think of the word, but
just the bond as a team.
Yeah, bond. Yeah, exactly. So it's a very, very cool. I'm enjoying it a lot.
So follow-up question: what have you done to bond? And if it's not safe for work, we don't have to get into it.
I'll leave that to bodies.
Oh, you'll leave that to bodies?
Because
insinuating some things there.
There might have been some cuddling over the weekend.
Might have been some cuddling.
No, sharing some beds, having some fun.
Wow. Okay, let's keep this PG, guys.
It was great having everybody here for TwitchCon, because that actually well, not everybody. We wish we could bring everybody in, but having everybody, the people we had here, which was mostly the main roster, was really great to have the time together, joke around, you know, have some beverages, and just not really
like Coke,
hang out.
and,
Coke,
Sprite,
yeah. And it's gonna help a lot going forward for sure.
Yeah, I mean, part of being a professional is obviously knowing that sometimes you have team swaps, right? I mean, you guys know that better than anybody. Teammates can be on your team 1 second, and the next morning they could be playing for another team.
Wow, shots fired, huh?
It can actually happen. And it may, you know, and so the thing is being able
Too
to...
soon.
Too soon.
Too soon, man.
So the thing is being able to have that camaraderie beyond the game to say, you know, things didn't go well, but I'm going to stick it out, and we're going to work on it. That's how I think Matchpoint has been so strong as well. They've had a lot of strong members from a very core group that stayed together and decided to work it out. You see the number 2 team that was SOAR, the number 1 team in NA, just a few months ago has disbanded. They're no longer together, and that could probably put that not because of their skill playing, but probably because they didn't have that necessary camaraderie. So that's very, very important, I can imagine. And so as there's a lot of new players trying to, let's step back from pro, okay? You guys are a little bit above where everyone else wants to get. But if you just want to play Paladins, you're just starting out, what would some advice be for some new players who are wanting to get better at the game, want to start playing ranked? Any kind of tips, any advice, maybe, prior to you guys might be able to give some budding Paladins players into being the best they can be?
Play Victor.
Play Victor. That's what I said. Free Elo right now.
Yeah.
Play Victor, Cassie, also Androx. It's pretty easy to pick up, but also the mechanics gets real complex, and it's a lot of fun once you get good.
Great. Well, a lot of fun once you get good. Well, that's your advice, new players. When you get good, it's a lot of fun. Cool. Good luck. Good luck in that process. This is why I make beginner tutorials on my channel. So we got Bacon coming over. When are you guys going to play? Thank you so much. Who's going to be the person who jumps in, shows off some pro gameplay? I Drop Body's going to take the stand. Bacon 5-0, he's going to run over with us. Don't drop your iPhone.
Yeah, you gotta use Mike.
Might just have to text the girl back.
Yep.
Just kidding. All right, here you go. She's not aware.
Oblivious.
What's up?
What's up, man? I'm hungry.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was fun.
I haven't played going through TwitchCon and all the, the logistics of getting here. I haven't played so much. Now
Right.
it's good to play. It's fun to play.
It's just a fun game.
Plus Buck is just so much fun. He's so
good.
much fun. Yeah.
He's good.
Yeah, he's great.
Is he one of your favorite champions?
I would say he is my favorite. He falls off a little late game if you're playing for a while just because of some of the skills and some of the items that they have in game, but he's so much fun to just mess with people, jump in, jump out. His ultimate is way better now than it was, so it's a lot of fun.
So talk to me about, you mentioned items, you mentioned falling off late game. Wait a second, this is a shooter. Falling off late game, that sounds like a MOBA.
Right.
How does that work?
So that's part of the fun, really, is that even though it is heavy FPS with the low time to kill, there is very much MOBA aspects to the game. So basically, with the items, you can buy damage items or support items for yourself, or to lower your cooldowns on your skills. So it brings that complexity. What do I buy? Do I need to buy something to counter the other team, or should I just buy something that's strictly only going to help me?
Right.
So it's very fun.
And you see oftentimes meta shifts, not only in champions, but in items.
Exactly.
And, even in maps occasionally, certain picks into maps.
Yeah, and a lot of times, it really does depend on who you're going against and what item you want to take. Even if there's the slightest change to another champion's skill, maybe you don't even need that anymore because, they're doing 20 less damage, and now Haven, you won't need to take it because you can survive for 4 shots instead of 3.
Right.
So that's great.
That's oftentimes a huge indicator.
Yeah.
Is it worth it? Well, is this going to make me survive 4 shots or 3 shots? Because if it's going to push me up to that 4th shot, that's great for me because the RNG of them missing or being able to get behind a corner is huge.
Yeah, and I've been with Paladins since November, like all these guys, streaming it and just having fun with it, and it has gone through so many iterations of changes and things. So, but right now it's probably the best it's been, and there's some parts about the old Paladins that I really liked, and there's a lot of things about the new Paladins that I really like. So it's really fun. I've never had the opportunity to play a game that's changed so much and be a part of the change too.
Well, I think, and it's a testament to the pros, because during the closed beta phase, as you know, with hi-rez, it's very a part of the culture to work with the community to create a game that the community loves, not just what we put out. That's the benefit of free-to-play and kind of try before you buy. You get to make these adjustments. You don't just make a package and then just say, there it is, we hope you like it.
Right.
Please, get it, right?
Yeah.
It's this experience that brings a lot of community. I know Pete, I know Pryler, they mentioned community being the biggest aspect of why they play Paladins. Is that the same for you, Bacon?
It is. So a lot of the others, I just got into like PC gaming 2 years ago. So even communities on Xbox and PlayStation, they're kind of non-existent in my opinion, unless you kind of delve deeper in that. Where in PC community, it's very easy to chat with people and meet people. And honestly, community can make or break your game. It can be the reason why you continue playing, or it can be the reason why you stop.
Right.
And so it's very cool to know everybody. Everyone's very friendly. You get to know everyone, and that's a huge benefit.
Absolutely. And I do just want to mention, just if anyone's walking by, we are going to be giving away some Smite gear, some Smite shirts. If you want to stay tuned, at the end of the show, we're going to throw a huge box of Smite shirts out to anybody who's in the crowd. So if you are walking by, I just want to let you know, at the end of the show, we are giving away a lot of Smite gear just because we're doing that. I forgot to say that, so sorry to interrupt.
Smite gear.
I Drop Bodies, he's actually getting into game. Why don't we take a look at one of the newest changes with CB30 and now into CB34, Grover.
Yeah.
Grover, the tree that actually throws axes. The irony is real with this one. He's got a nice custom weapon, and he's got it looks like a dragon on there. He can vine to places. He can heal his teammates. Now, it must be a little weird. We all played when Grover was killing people, right? And now he's healing people. He's switched from the dark side to the light side. What's it like? What's the experience of that? Do you playing Grover and how he feels now?
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone who is on the competitive side has at least picked up the champion, like every champion. Grover's really fun. What's cool about Grover is the further you hit your axe, the more damage he does.
Right.
So sometimes it's fun to try and get some trick shots with him. And the fact that he's changed so much, too, from the beginning, he's been smaller now, smaller in size, going from pure damage to pure support, really, is pretty fun. He feels good this way, too. He doesn't feel like he's lost too much.
Right. He's kind of completely adjusted to where the game went with supports, obviously being introed and being very heavy into Paladins and playing a major role. Do you think there's a way to even build a composition without a support at this stage in the game?
It just depends. Some people can just output the damage so quickly that the support can be kind of irrelevant.
Right.
But when you're playing in a competitive scene, it seems like most people are taking at least one.
Right.
I think with all the items and stuff, if you take more than one, they can fall off. But one seems to be the good number to take.
Now, Bacon, we've had you on here, but we haven't really introduced. What's your real name, and where are you from?
My name's Mitchell. I grew up in Portland, Oregon, and that's pretty much where I've stayed most of my life. I actually got to travel to Amsterdam and live there for a little bit, but
nice.
Portland's where I'm from. Yeah.
Nice. Why were you in Amsterdam?
I actually just got the ability to travel for 90 days. I got to stay there for 3 months with my cousin and took it for what it was and got to explore the world.
Well, that is fantastic, man. I know a lot of people are very jealous, envious of that type of experience at this age especially. And so we've talked to everyone here about playing pro, kind of what it means to them as a relatively young man. What is it like playing a game professionally, as almost potentially a very lucrative career?
Definitely. What's hard is convincing your parents that it's a lucrative career, right?
That is always the hardest. I have my parents in the audience right now. I swear they didn't know what I was doing for 2 years.
So, and that's the thing is, even if you try to tell them what it is, they just don't get it.
No.
They don't know. And that's fine. You kind of have to prove it by making the money and doing the things that, kind of just prove them wrong. But it is something I never thought I would be a part of. I didn't know it was a thing. Bodies was actually the first person who introduced me to Twitch.
Right.
And I told him he was crazy. Probably way
what is
later
Twitch?
what is
that?
this? And I just thought it's kind of mind-boggling to me even still to realize that it's a thing. But it's absolutely amazing. I would say it's as close to an actual sport as you can get. That's what I did. That's kind of my background, was actually playing sports, but
What sport, by the
like
way?
basketball. I played up until high school.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Soccer man.
yeah. So so I kind of yeah. It's just something I never thought I would be a part of, and I started off streaming with no aspirations of playing anything competitively, just kind of having
Right.
fun with games and having fun with the community. And it's actually been, like Body said, humbling when you see your name on a leaderboard and people
Right.
kind of come into streams and look up to you or ask you questions, and kind of being a face of a community that you never thought you would be a part of.
Right. And Pryler, I'm sure the experience is similar in your regard. I can't speak for you, but there had to have been a lot of people when you said, hey, I'm playing professional video games, who were kind of like, is that a thing? That's not a thing.
Yeah, I don't think I've come out yet.
That can't be a thing.
I don't think I've come out until pretty much anyone from like my real life.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You haven't come out to them about playing professional
Yes.
video games.
But
Okay.
I thought that was
You're
clear.
Still,
I'm
in the
sorry, I
closet
thought
on
that was clear.
All right. That's interesting. That is. What about you, Pete? Are you still?
Well, I mean, I'm older than most of these guys.
Oh, okay,
here.
so you've had that. You've gone
but
through it.
Yes, I've definitely had that discussion with the parents.
Okay.
But the funny thing is my dad has been in sales. He's been a manager, president of companies, and he actually went out of his way and studied what Twitch was about, what this esports stuff was about.
Wow.
And surprisingly, it was like, wow, you're ahead of the curve.
Wow.
Parents,
And
take notes.
Yeah,
Right.
parents take notes. That
Yeah.
is a extremely strong move by the father.
Yeah, it was interesting to hear that he actually believed in it,
Right.
because I really didn't expect him to. It just didn't sit right with me that he was actually like, yes, this actually is something you should do.
Did that then give you the courage to say, okay, I am on the right path now that Dad got behind it?
It gave me the courage to say, let's keep going on with this even through the
Right.
hard times, because
Right.
as you being a content creator as well,
Yes.
you know that it can be very emotional
Sure.
when stuff doesn't go right,
Sure.
or you're like, what am I doing wrong?
Right.
But it gave me that extra oomph to keep going, to know that like my parents actually do back me on this.
And that's always a strong feeling when you have support from your community. And hi-rez and Paladins has definitely developed a very strong, supportive community, not only on Twitch, of course. We already see the TwitchPrime viewers here, and of course there will be many on the twitch.tv/Paladins game channel. And we're just really excited for, I think, being at the ground floor. For me, I'm excited about being one of the first people to really be a part of this budding community. It's growing. I mean, it's grown so fast before our eyes. We've seen hundreds of thousands of people play this game that we've loved for almost a year
Right.
and really take to it quickly. And so, is that exciting? Is that like we could be
It's
on something
overwhelming.
big here?
Yeah.
It's overwhelming.
Right? It's overwhelming. Yeah.
I did, like we've all talked to this before it came out on Steam, and to see the amount of growth and the bigger streamers to even come in, it's blown our minds, and I'm very excited to be a part of it because we all knew it was coming. We just didn't think it was going to happen this quickly.
Right.
Yeah, it jumps
No one
on Steam and the game breaks, you know? And we joke about it. It's the best possible problem that hi-rez and Paladins could have had.
Right.
To have so many people who are interested in the game, so many people who, you know, just enjoyed it so much that they didn't log off immediately, and
Right.
they just kept playing that. The servers just got bogged down, and it can be frustrating competitively, but
Right.
you just know, too, that, like, this game's going to grow and it's going to
Can you
be
get
here
that
soon.
mad, right?
Yeah, you can't get
Can
mad.
you get that mad? It's like, you know, my bank account, I can't access money because someone just put like too much in
Yeah,
it. It's
right.
like, that's kind of like, well, okay, I feel good about tomorrow though. Like, I have
Right,
too
yeah.
much money. That's okay. And obviously a ton of the player base has really been activated. So just getting into the game as well, because I dropped by, he's been playing Grover. There's the animation we all love.
It's the best.
Spring has come.
Maybe the best ultimate, like in the game, as far as animation.
That was one of the best things we think this game has to offer. Grover's not going to do a ton of damage, but he is going to be able to provide that consistent DPS. One of the only champions without a reload as the Androxus gets taken down in the air, and now Eevee's Ice Storm is going to take some damage, but he's able to vine out, and now they've defended this payload. It's going into overtime, but it looks like they will have defended it successfully and tie things up in this round. If the timer ends up going down, this is
beta,
when you get
folks.
that- exactly. And of course, this is a great point because, as we mentioned, you all are pros in a game that's still in beta, and so sometimes things do happen.
Yeah.
You know, obviously the game is going to different iterations, wanting to be better and better, and with those changes, those very fast, rapid changes, sometimes your overtime lasts too long, right?
Yeah.
How is it reacting with? What's your attitude always been? It seems like you guys have really nice attitudes about it, but has it ever thrown you?
I think if anyone who plays a game competitively says that it's never thrown them, if something doesn't go the way that it should have gone,
they're lying.
They're lying.
They're lying.
I mean, I think salt's definitely a thing in any video game you play, and you know, when things break or just don't go the way that they should have, it's going to be a thing. But we try and kind of stay relaxed about it. Nothing you can do except get the next point.
Yeah, and that's what I actually really like engaging with you guys. It's the first time I've met pretty much all of you in person, but one of the things that stood out to me was just the genuineness and the ability to kind of go with the punches. I mean, there have been some things that have been not to your favor and not to your liking. And you've rolled with it. You're here, you're cheery, you're having fun, and you're excited about the game. And so that's a great example for just, I think, pros in general in the professional esports scene as that starts to develop.
Yeah, I think that's part of the fun, too, and one of the things that kind of drove me towards Ardent was it was very community-based. They picked up a lot of us who are streaming, and I think we're one of, if not, like, the only team that streams scrims, because we feel like as it's grown and as it's growing, more and more people are going to want to play it competitively, but they might not know what that even looks like. So if we can kind of be, just an example of how that's done and how we think that it should be run, that's something that we really enjoy about it.
Well, I think that's another question a lot of people have. It's I'm really good at games.
Right.
I'm excellent. But to become a pro, how does that even work? I think a lot of people are just confused at where to start.
Yeah, and with us, like Bodies and I, we started before with other tournaments and teammates, and just being behind the screen, it makes it a little bit harder than maybe trying to being on like a school basketball team or something like that where you're kind of there always. But when you find the right people and you just talk to people in game, I think that chatting makes it super easy with Discord now, and with Curse and all those different softwares now, you can easily find those people. So.
Right, and we have a Paladins World kind of server where people can access and actually say, I'm pretty good, I'm looking for a team, and teams can try out. And have you found any members on your team in that fashion, or you just see the guys streaming and that's how you decided to pick them up?
Yeah, I knew the streamers already. I knew these guys. I knew who I wanted to go after, and I wanted to make sure I went after people that are A, good, and B, community-centric, and want to help grow the game and the community itself.
Right.
And so I actually went out and got these guys, and then we also found other people. One of the members who was here earlier but can't join us now, Bubble Boy, he's one of our secret weapons now.
Oh, wow.
He just started streaming the game, and he played for 2 weeks.
Right.
And became one of the best players on the team, if not in the game.
Wow.
And so that's it.
Strong words.
But it's true.
That's great.
Yeah.
And that it could be that simple sometimes.
That simple. Honestly, so if you're a pro, just get yourself out there, advertise yourself on Twitch.
Absolutely. Twitch, one of the best ways to advertise your skills and advertise what you can do in a game, especially if you want to be competitive. Yep. I know a lot of people do. That gaming money is looking better and better each day. Now, I drop Bodies. You're going to take a step down. We're going to get Pryler up there. He's going to play a game. And who are you going to play?
Bomb King.
Bomb King. Okay, you're going to play Bomb King?
Yeah, buddy.
Pip. There's Pip, too. I don't know why everyone likes Bomb King. No, I'm kidding.
Well, I want to show you up.
You want to show? Oh, he wants to show me up.
Yeah, there it is.
Okay. You're just lucky that the file I was going to send here was too big because I was killing people too long, and it was like 13 gigabytes. They couldn't put it on here, okay? So now we have to get live gameplay from pros instead of me.
Oh,
which
gosh.
is obviously everyone's second choice.
What a shame.
Yeah, what a shame. And, obviously, this is a game that you have played a lot. How many hours would you say you play Paladins a day?
Well, oh, man. Now, since it's been released on Steam, I think I already have somewhere about like 100 or something. But from the year, I don't even know.
100 a day? That's not answering my question.
Probably 100 total, but
okay.
From when it was released on Steam. But I mean, it's got to be thousands. 5 hours a day, probably, maybe more, but like thousands of hours total.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just got to be so much. More than I played CSGO, and I grinded that for a while.
And do you just do that at night? When do you fit this in?
I get off work at 2:15, so once I get home.
PM?
PM, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I just go, and we have scrim scheduled usually about 5 p.m. Pacific time. So I go for 3 hours there, and I try and play with viewers and play a couple ranked games before we get in.
And you do stream those.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
where can
they're
people
all
find you if they want to see those streams? Check out those scrims.
Yeah, it's Bacon50, so it's BACONFIVE, and then 0. So there's a 0. It's not an O, but
There's a
everyone just
0.
likes to call it.
You might want to run
Bacon50.
that back one more time because there's a little.
Right. BACONFIVE 0.
VE0. Okay, Bacon
Right.
5-0.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah,
What's
everyone
with
just calls
Do
me
you just
Bacon,
love-
so
it's
it's
like
like
your favorite breakfast food, or
no. So I got
just-
it from playing Saints Row back in 6th grade. Like
Oh.
for some reason they always called cops Bacon or 5-0, and for some reason it just stuck in my brain. Said
Like-
gamer tag, here it is.
It's Saints Row. It's breakfast. It's perfect.
Right. Yeah, and
It's
everyone
everything I want.
seems to like bacon pretty much. So
Yeah, well, bacon is delicious.
yeah, it's pretty good.
I'm a turkey bacon guy though.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Not as good, but it's pretty good.
It's really good. What are you talking about? It's delicious.
All right.
Eno, what about you? Can people find you somewhere?
Yeah, they can. It's I drop bodies for life.
For life.
For life.
Oh
yeah.
my God, that
For
sounds
life.
like that sounds like an AOL screen name, man. That's like
Right.
the 4. Is it 4?
No, it's FOR.
Oh, okay,
life.
never mind.
Yeah.
You said
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
messed
if it was
up.
4 life, yeah,
Okay,
I
okay,
mean,
okay. I was like
it's
4.
easy.
That's like wow. I'm taking me back, man. I was Baller Elite 911. That was my first AOL
Baller.
screen name. Yeah.
Oh,
That's
man.
pretty
So-
good though.
That is not
That-
bad.
that's good, yeah.
That's not bad. Like, call
You can
the
use that now.
5-0. Call
Rain-
the cops.
Rain Day's better,
I'm
but,
balling
yeah.
so elitely that you need to call 911.
Yeah.
That was my thought process as a 13-year-old playing video games.
Yeah, naturally makes sense.
Naturally.
Yeah.
And so, Pete, where can people find you?
I'm Pete the Noob everywhere.
Pete the Noob.
You can add me in game too. Break my, I haven't reached that 999
Yes.
follower count or
It's
player
1,000.
count.
It's
1,000. Is it
yeah.
1,000?
Yeah,
Oh,
I have maxed out. Have you guys? You're not maxed out yet?
Not maxed out. I think I'm at 630.
Woo.
Yeah.
Got a
something
long
like
way
that.
to go, youngin.
Yeah.
At 1,000 here.
They like playing the Facebook game. Like, who do I keep? Who do I? Do I?
Yeah.
Do I?
Who do I
nah.
keep? I know. Hopefully we're gonna be raising that. I don't think, as you can tell, people didn't even expect to have more than 1,000 friends in this game, and it's happening. The game is
Yeah.
growing much too fast for that to even be a potential. So looking in the game, actually, maybe Pryler, you could go into the item selection. He's gonna check out his loadout. We're gonna follow along with him for the remainder of this, just to kind of commentate a game and talk about what's going on. You guys could be my chair twos and pretty much just analyze some of the things. But he's picking a loadout here for Bomb King. And when he goes into that loadout, actually, he's going to be able to decide the direction he wants to take his champion that game. So there's a lot of different loadouts that allow champions to do different things. Bomb King has a stun. He's got a flying bomb that allows him to pop himself and others up. He's got, obviously, he detonates his bombs as well. But a lot of people can choose to say, well, I want to have more pressure with my stun. I want to have that up more frequently. Or I can fly myself in the air much more frequently and heal every time I throw a bomb.
Yeah, I think a lot of people right now just like to run that jolt build where they can pop people up.
Yes.
And it's huge for disengaging yourself, but it's also to get them out of place and he's super fun to play. He was one of my favorites until some of the nerfs happened, but he's super fun.
Well, he's so unique to me.
Yeah,
I
very,
mean,
yeah.
He just feels different, and we talked about it yesterday. He's a bomb throwing bombs, and he's the king of bombs. I mean, it's too good.
Right.
It's fantasy. I
Nothing
love it.
feels better than getting like a plasma grenade stick on Halo. So when you do
Oh,
it over and
yes.
over again
Oh, yeah.
with Bomb King, it feels pretty good.
That does feel good. And it's not easy, but he's a champion that when you do get 2 bombs onto a moving target, which would be an enemy, pretty much can explode them immediately. They will die, pretty much, most people, with 2 bombs.
Yeah, pretty much. I think he'll do somewhere around 9 to 1,000 damage after he sticks those 2 bombs. So
So who do you all think are the strongest champions in the game at the moment, for those wanting to make that tier list at home?
definitely Cassie's one of the strongest. Her mobility isn't all that great. It's decent, but if you hit that shot from her F, you do bonus damage. So she can, and it can reduce the cooldown on it instantly. So you basically have it up if you're continuing to hit your shots. So Cassie's a good one to take because she has no fall off damage as well. But Androxus is super heavy for carries, and those two I would say would be the best for damage.
Yeah. Eno, what do you think?
I would completely agree with Bacon there, but Ying right now looks pretty strong. She heals a ton. She does a lot of damage, so she's potentially a top-tier pick.
Yeah, that actually Ying today was what we saw Eager use to upset match point. And she just was absolutely on fire, and she was one of the newest champions. She was actually a champion early on in the beta when everyone played her.
Right.
And then when it actually released, she was removed. So most people now are just finally getting a chance to play Ying. Pete, have you played Ying? You don't play the game a lot, but how do you feel about Ying?
Ying, I got to play like, what, a couple of days before we had to come out here. Very interesting. I like the healing. She can heal a ton.
Right.
And I was watching these guys scrim, and seems to be great for the meta.
And she can teleport, too.
Right.
She can teleport. She can heal. She's an illusionist, so she creates these clones. As you can see, that was actually a Ying that I think helped kill Pryler there in the game. And so she can do a lot. She can do a lot.
Yeah, she can be really annoying to deal with when she teleports. Like, you know, she's almost dead, and then she teleports, and she's got an illusion that heals her, and it can be pretty frustrating. Especially if you got a good Ying like Bitey or something like that.
Right. And it looks like the defense has failed, but the Victor, almost probably. His head went up. He was like, oh, man, really? Doesn't know if he's having the best game, but he's doing his best for us. And we still love you, Pryler, whether you're winning or not. It's 0-2, so his team is going to have to pull back the comeback. But he did just pick up another item. And that item is Kill to Heal, it looks like. And this is the way where champions or Paladins actually differentiates itself really, really deeply from other shooters is the fact that every round, every moment you go back to base, you have the chance to build items and basically further customize your tactics for how you want to win the game.
Yeah, and Kill to Heal was actually, the name hasn't changed, but the description of it has. So now it's just elimination based. So if you hit a target, basically an assist or a kill, you're going to be healed at max, going up to tier 3 on it. You can be healed for 900 instantly, which is huge. Because you can take about two shots from that, depending on who's hitting you. So,
well, I mean, he's at 2,300 health here, so I mean that's almost half his health.
Yeah,
immediately.
So, it's pretty nice, especially if you can find a way for your whole team to take it. And if you're playing together, everyone should be on that elimination. And it should be pretty hard to stop you, especially, too, if you have a support on your team.
Yeah, if you have the constant healing and then the healing from that, it could easily snowball. So that's a direction. But that requires your team being aware of what you're going for, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And so if you're playing more of a solo mission and you want to just make sure, okay, I'm not sure I trust my team here. We don't have a lot of communication. I'd rather pick up some other items. What are some good items if you're just going in, by yourself and want to do the best solo queue game you can?
Right. I still think Kill to Heal is good for that, just because you can still hit somebody and leave and still get healed for that. Or if you're 2v1ing and you get that extra heal, it's pretty nice. Chronos is a pretty good pick because that will reduce all your cooldowns.
Okay.
So that's pretty nice because
up to 45%. Right?
Yeah, which is really nice. If you can get it, it's pretty expendy to get that way. I tend to stay away from anything that boosts damage just because it could be negated by Haven or Blast Shields. So I try and stay away from that. Nimble's nice too if you're on Fernando or Makoa. Bomb King, I've seen Bomb Kings take it as well for extra movement speed.
Right. Yeah, those are all really interesting cards and items, excuse me. And it makes it so that there's this constant not knowing what's going to happen in each game. Is that one of the things in Paladins that for me, like I've played games and I have I don't know, most games I get tired after a few. I can grind competitive for a long time in Paladins. Part of it is because I never know what I'm going to get. Is that a huge reason for what keeps the replayability of the game up for all of you?
100%. I've been able to actually stream the game for 36 hours straight.
36 hours?
Yeah. It was
you just ordered pizza, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I was gonna
actually,
say.
Just chips and...
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that it is different. It can make it tough, too.
Right.
You jump into a competitive game, and because it's so new and because it changes so much, there's not a definite strategy. People, tend to take different things, even though, and that's part of the fun, too, is being able to say, hey, this is what you should take, or maybe you shouldn't take this, and you can talk to people.
Right.
But it can make it challenging, but it also makes it fun.
Right. What about you, Eno?
So like the different compositions of teams makes the game more complex, entertaining, come up with new strategies in the game, so it makes it fun.
Yeah. To me, another defeat there. Guys, do I need to step on? Do I need a host?
I think we do.
Play and commentate myself?
Right.
In his
Our
defense,
pros just lost. What's going on?
We did all lose.
One kill streak. 2 eliminations.
In his defense, he wasn't running a deck that he's used to because he's on.
I'm just giving him a hard
Yeah,
time.
you are on my
I'm just
account,
joking with him. Bradley, we love you,
Bacon's
man.
account
That's
right
pretty
now.
funny.
I'm just joking with you.
I don't remember the last time I played Bomb King because I just leave it up to
Well,
these
we
guys
do
usually.
have an opportunity. We have a few more minutes, so if one of you wanted to jump on, maybe show some pip.
How
or
about the
something
manager
of that
shows him
nature.
up?
Huh?
Can the manager show him up?
Pete.
All right, Pete.
The manager wants to get in on the action, so we're gonna let Pete try and play for a little bit. And remember, in about 5 or 10 minutes, we're gonna be giving away some Smite gear. We got a ton of Smite shirts. We're gonna just be throwing out to the crowd. So for those of you who want that, make sure you're here within the next 5 to 10 minutes. We'll be doing that in just a second. So Bryler, man, not the best game.
Feels bad, man.
How does it feel after that? How are you taking this?
I probably shouldn't have said anything.
Okay.
Started the hype and
Yeah.
tried to take your crown. I mean,
Immediate regret.
yeah.
So trash talking doesn't usually work, right?
I usually leave that to other people. I tried it out. It's not for me, man.
See, because you were really aware of your trash talking, and I didn't even realize you were trash talking me. And so you were so upset you were dying, and I was just like, it's okay. But
No,
he's like, I have my
I rage
trash
like that
talk
all
on
the
the
time.
line. Well, that's good. That's good. So we talked about you bonding. How have you been enjoying TwitchCon so far? This is your first event as a team together.
First event as a team. We went to TwitchCon last year, had a blast. I enjoy San Diego a lot. It's been a lot of fun, and it's been nice. It's been a little bit harder with things going on to kind of network with other streamers for me because we've been bonding and hanging out together. So, but I love the atmosphere. I like the culture. I love the community. So it's been great.
How do you guys feel about TwitchPrime?
To be honest, TwitchPrime is one of the coolest things that I've heard announced. Last year, they talked about the VODs, being able to upload, your custom content, much like YouTube, but straight to Twitch. They talked about that last year, that they were trying to implement it, and it seems like now they're there a year later. They're going to start doing that. But TwitchPrime is great because for the people who already use Amazon Prime, which is a high number of people,
Very large.
but don't really know anything about Twitch, they can easily support anyone that they feel like. If you're a kid who doesn't have the means to sub to your favorite streamer,
Right.
Your parents have Prime. It doesn't cost them anything. And you get to support somebody.
Yeah, that's actually a beautiful aspect of it. We've seen a lot of streamers that I follow are in the Paladins community, the Smite community. We've seen a lot of those streamers just get a ton of support from fans who really have wanted to say, hey, you're my guy, but money's tight, or I've got money spent in this way. Now they just get so much bang for their buck. It makes a lot more sense for that subscription to go to their favorite streamer when maybe it didn't justify earlier on. So
For sure, and I think I saw on Twitter that they've already had 150,000 new subs. And
Wow.
they announced, too, that for the subs using Prime, they were going to donate
Right.
to charity as well. So
Right.
that's one cool thing about Twitch is how charitable they are and how
Right.
much we do. Like, we did a huge thing for Prowler to help him get here, and I'm on Playing with Fire, which is a charity team as well
Very
for
cool.
Extra Life. So it's something that you never really thought you could do with a video game. Let me play this game and raise money for children. Like, you
Right.
didn't know that could be done.
And let's talk about the potential we were talking about community building, how Paladins is so new. And there are a lot of ways to set your own mark when those marks haven't been set by anyone else. When you have a community starting from ground zero, being able to initiate things like monthly charity drives or things like this in the streams, in the community, in the main figures, in the community, that to me only spells good news going up and up and farther and farther.
Yeah, I mean, it's really cool. I think as a team, Playing with Fire raised like 40,000 last year. I know some of the other streamers like Jericho and Gold Glove, they do the race every year, and I think last year they raised $250,000. They have the speed runs that happen every season that they always raise about $1 million. So, each one of those for speed runs, it's really cool to see.
That's amazing. That's fantastic. I've never been a speedrun guy, but I know they raise a lot of money, so I'm all about them. And it looks like we are starting to get in the game. Who have we got? Oh, Pip. We're seeing Pip. So let's take a look at Pip as he jumps into game here for the last little segment. I'm going to make sure this computer stays on. Just touch that so we can see the monitor. And now it's the manager's turn to see if he can show up the pros that he
Right.
manages. Easy. He says easy.
Easy.
We'll see how easy it actually is. And in about 5 minutes, we're going to see this. And then about 5 minutes, we are going to do the giveaway for the Smite shirts. It's been great having you guys on, by the way. I'm really happy to be introducing the streamers, the players, all of you to a larger Twitch community and a larger community just within Paladins game. I think growing all of you is the way to grow the game. And so we really want to commit that and communicate that to everyone who's watching, to definitely follow these gentlemen here and all of your Paladins pros as much as possible. Support all of you so you can keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, that's the best part about Paladins really is we have felt, any streamer has felt that from hi-rez and from the people who are really making the decisions. I've had multiple hi-rez people in my streams that I've never had from any other game that I played.
Right.
And they've always asked me my opinions. They ask, sometimes they drop some surprises in stream and, all these different things. And it's just been really fun to work with hi-rez, work with Dry Bear, work with everyone. So.
Yeah. And moving forward, what is your main wish, excitement, hope for the future for Paladins? What are you looking forward to the most? Is it hi-rez expo? Is it the growth of the game? What is it that you see in your sights for Paladins down the line that gets you excited? And I like all three of you to answer if you can.
It's like, for me, I want to see, and I know they said this, that they're going to keep on adding champions. I love the fact that we have to continually adapt. And that's something that you really have to learn with this game. You can't, it's not like a set number of champions where you're like, oh, I'm going to get really good at this person, and it's not going to change. Right. And it being in beta as well, it changes a lot. Right. So,
looks like he got logged out. So we'll jump back to the stage quickly as Bacon might actually try to log in. We'll jump back to the stage. But just the new champions, correct?
Yeah, exactly. I love the fact that we're going to have to keep on adapting just because you added a new character.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be great.
There are some good ones coming.
I hope so.
There are some good ones coming.
Got any spoilers?
Yeah, well, no spoilers. There we are. We're back in the game here. And this is Pip. He's the potion launcher. He can heal with his potions. He can slow with his potions. He's a support as well. And, of course, he can turn people into chickens, which is just...
He's gone through a lot of iterations, too. He's actually my highest level champion. He's at 19 right now.
19?
Yeah.
We talked yesterday, 25 is the highest, and that's about 400 hours, right? Or something?
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot. So to even get to 19 is pretty remarkable. So, again, Bacon, what is your kind of hope and excitement for the future?
I'm honestly, speaking from even a competitive player and from streaming, I'm just excited about the growth. I love that more people are just giving it a shot and more people are interested in the competitive scene. And it's been pretty crazy that the game is in beta and they've already had the prize pools that they've had. It really shows that people are interested and hi-rez is supporting everyone too.
Yeah, that's exciting. Absolutely. I think you go to Steam and you see 8,000, 9,000, 10,000 reviews and it's still very positive. And everyone is extremely just... When they get their hands on the game, they have the experience that this is something that they enjoy. No matter what they come into thinking about it, when they leave, it is a game that I think people find themselves genuinely having fun at. And of course, at a free-to-play cost, it just means that this is fun everybody can have. So, lastly with you, what are you looking forward to in the upcoming future for Paladins?
Well, going back with the pilot was insane. I like the changing, the ever-evolving game, just never a set strategy. It's always changing.
Right.
Like recently, Eevee got nerfed, so it brings back a bunch of different characters that weren't played anymore, like Vanessa, Victor. So it's always evolving. That makes it exciting.
And as a pro, just more things to adapt. I mean, that's more work for you, but it seems like it's work you enjoy.
Yeah.
And that's the key. That's the key, of course. As Pete, he's got one elimination, so he's pretty much tied with you at this point.
I think he's playing 4v5, though.
Which is just pathetic. But in a few minutes, we're going to watch this Pip gameplay just for a couple of seconds, and we're going to get ready to do the Smite giveaway. We've got T-shirts coming out for anyone in the crowd. We're going to throw all that going. He's going to pick his item up, whatever that is. He's gone with Chronos. You can keep going. Oh, Pip, he's like, this is for real. I need to change my mouse sensitivity. It ain't right. That's why I died. Pete, I got you. Pete's making excuses.
I think
we don't need to see the option screen, Pete. Come on.
I think he's playing 4v5.
TwitchPrime, man. Show me the option screen. Jump around or something. Shoot a potion. I'm just messing with Pete. So we've got the giveaway coming out. This is where they start. Everyone starts on a mount. I've always been excited about the mounts because, hey, I want cool mounts in the future. And as they go into this point, we'll keep this kind of in the background as we set up on stage for the Smite T-shirt giveaway. If you want to play Paladins, you haven't played it before, you want to check it out, go to paladins.com. You'll be able to download the game. Go to Steam and download it there as well. You'll see the reviews. Make get a chance to play it. It is free to play. It's a team-based fantasy shooter, and it's a really, really fun time. If you want the Founders Pack, which is $20, but it unlocks every single champion, and it allows you to get a lot of cool things like a flaming horse mount, which Bacon's character might have been riding on. You actually can go and join the giveaway. I'm doing 3 Founders Pack giveaways on my Twitter if you want to check that out. I'll put the link in the chat so you guys can be a part of it. And now let's move on to the Smite thing. We're going to bring some shirts up here when David and Amanda are ready. David, Amanda, are you ready for the shirts? I have to talk in a very strategic voice, but it's been fantastic having you all. You guys want to throw some shirts with us?
Sure, man, I'd love to.
Of course.
Bryler, Bacon.
Sure.
Thank you all so
thank
much
you.
for being
Thank you
part
very
of
much,
Eno. It's been amazing. Oh, I got shirts thrown at me. Okay, Nabil. All right, I see how it is.
The reverse.
So we got some shirts. We got some Smite shirts for those who are interested. We are going to be throwing these out to the crowd. Here's a Chinese Pantheon. Get some more. I'm going to show them off to the camera so they know what they're missing. Pete, you want one? Pete wants one. So we got shirts from every different Pantheon with Smite. So we're excited to do that. A lot of great competitive esports stuff coming up for this game as well. Here you go, Pete. 1 kill and you get that. Oh, he threw it.
Every color. Everybody gets every color.
Everybody gets every color. You get a shirt. You get a shirt. You get a shirt. Oh, this is good. Here's a purple. There you go. They want it. Oh, I put the spin on it for you. I got you, dog. Anybody want that one back there? Oh, one more. Here it is. Some side shirts. Uh-oh, I threw it on the camera guy. That's never good. That's never good.
Let's make this interesting.
Death awaits you all!
Coming through.
Behold the dragon's fury!